2005 season's been a cakewalk for Matt Austin. Even the Bulls are starting to get intimidated. The competition's had trouble keeping their seat, and one contender after another has wilted from Austin's torrid pace, and that includes the reigning world champion, Dustin Elliott. Meanwhile, Matt Austin has been rock steady, already notching 2 wins on the Xtreme Bulls Tour. He comes to Oklahoma City in search of number 3. Welcome to the Ford Center as the PRCA Xtreme Bulls Tour presented by Coors rolls through Oklahoma City. Hi everybody, I'm Jeff Metters. With me is 8-time world champion Donnie Gay, and the best bull riders in the world have a problem. That problem is Matt Austin. He's already set a new single season earnings record, and he's busted the world championship race wide open.
Riding better than anybody that's riding bulls right now, Jeff. He's got a lot of confidence. He's in total command. And the worst news yet for the rest of the guys is I think this kid can get a lot better even from what he's doing right now.
Big dilemma for the reigning world champion Dustin Elliott, right in the world championship race for what seemed like a few weeks ago. Now he's got to button his chin strap and get with it.
We'll have to see which question he answers. Do I take it easy and just get to the NFR, or do I get mad and say, you know, I can cover a $50,000 deficit if I get hot at the right time?
X Factor, Wisconsin bull rider B.J. Schumacher, when he's healthy, he always seems to win.
Well, he does, but we don't know if his hip/back problem is well and totally healed. If it is, the guy can ride rank bull, so anything can happen.
World standings, and you can see what Matt Austin has accomplished in this incredible season so far. Dustin Elliott over $100,000 though as well, and you know, it gets interesting. Top 15 move on to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, so all those guys right there, a win here would really help them too.
Absolutely.
Well, you can see Howdy Cloud, he's one of those guys just barely in the top 15. Doc Gardner is the bull that he's drawn from Dan Russell in Western Rodeo.
All right, well, he's got things going pretty good, but little bull hop and skip, should turn back and spun right in the gate, but he didn't do that. Coming around the left and jerks a rope out of his hand. A lot of times when a bull doesn't do what he's supposed to, what the rap sheet says, a guy will lose a little focus. I think that's what happened to Howdy Cloud. It looks like down too soon. Jumping and kicking Jeff, and the bull is supposed to have already spun, so now he gets kind of rocked back. His hand just pops out. You see the clock 7.18 in the background, not 8 seconds and a no score.
Now Howdy fighting, trying to make it to his very first Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Marcus Michaelis next to go, another bull from Western Rodeo. This time it's Legally Blonde.
Here's a guy that's got some talent, but he's going to have to learn how to win. Firing out of there, got a good seat on one. Coming around to the left, good job right there. Marcus is getting right, starting to move his feet a little bit, getting aggressive, starting to feel it. That looks good. Okay, whoa. Good bull right there. That'll be a good score. That bull was good to ride, but he was bucking the whole time, and quite a bit of power. Now, Marcus comes around, and you see he gets a little bit, his left arm gets a little straight. Now he starts shoving his hips at him, moving the outside foot. That's when you really start riding the bull instead of just being along for the ride, and a good job from a young guy.
86.5 points, the score for Marcus Michaelis. Gets us off to a great start here. Now to the cowboy that's ranked number 2 in the world, Dustin Elliott, the reigning world champion. Made it to his first Wrangler NFR last year. Won the world title, had a great year, but right now he's just trying to keep Matt Austin in his sights.
Well, Cat Daddy, Western Rodeo's a good draw. Dustin Elliott just got to keep on plugging away. Every time you get on, you need to try to get a check. Yes, sir, if you got the best one, you try to win first. If you got the worst one, you try to win fourth, but it all starts with making the whistle. 6.2 seconds, and you know, that's a buck off that shouldn't happen to the reigning world champion. And what I think is when he can't be 90, whenever things aren't really clicking for him, he loses a little bit of focus. He's got to learn how to, you know, you start worrying about the results, things start going downhill.
A missed opportunity for Dustin Elliott still to come. Matt Austin, number 1 in the world, trying to run off and hide from everybody. This This ESPN presentation of Extreme Bulls is brought to you by Coors, real Rocky Mountain beer, no scars, no stories. By Alltel, official telecommunications provider of the PRCA. By Dodge, you can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. And by Termidor, America's #1 termite defense. Back at the Ford Center in Oklahoma City, Bonanza, Oklahoma City. This is the second round of competition. Jeff Metters, along with 8-time world champion Donnie Gay and Jennifer Smith. B.J. Schumacher settling in. B.J. #9 in the world standings. Injuries have kind of hampered him in the last, say, 18 months, and I think that's one of the reasons why he hasn't stayed in the thick of that world championship race.
Well, and I don't think it bothers him too much. He just wants to be well, and he had that hip surgery. And let's see, Stinkbait coming around away from his hand. There's that patented move. Puts his hips in the right spot both ways. Leaderboard. He just looks really good. Whenever he's comfortable and not hurting, he's as good as anybody packing a bull rope. Watch him, watch where his hips go right here. I mean, most guys buck off. He just kind of, you know, just call him the magic butt right there. Moves him back to the other side, rides him, no problem.
3 trips to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. His dad actually works in a cheese factory up there in Wisconsin. One of the reasons is nicknamed the Cheesehead. 83 is the score for B.J. Schumacher. B.J. the first cowboy to cover 2 bulls here in Oklahoma City. Wesley Silcox getting set now. #6 in the world, and a big reason for that is he won our Extreme Bull stop in Reno, Nevada. The other reason, I mean, he is just one of the best young bull riders out there.
All right, the elk got him out of position. Another spur hung in the bull rope. We've seen that a couple of different times. I think these bigger rowels that the Cowboys are using right now are causing some trouble. This is how you get your leg broke, you know, getting stepped on. Got his hips out. Now watch that rope hang in the spur and pulling out. It's not like taking a loop. You hear that sometimes, but that didn't have any effect on Silcox right there. Lucky to get it loose. No score.
Our aggregate at the moment, 172. B.J. the only cowboy to cover 2. He's with Jennifer Smith.
Well, one of our hottest rodeo stars will make an appearance in the final round. 83 is not always your best score, but it's great combined with an 89.5 from the first round, isn't it?
Right, I get both them scores. I get another bull pretty much guaranteed, so it's just what I needed, and all I have to do is stay on another one. I should pick up a really nice check.
Is that something that was really your goal tonight coming in?
Yeah, I just want to get all 3 of them rode, so far so good.
Well, he expects some more guys to cover 2 bulls, but I'm guessing B.J. Schumacher is going to be at the top of that list when we get ready for the final round. Matt Austin gearing up now. Sparky is the bull that he has drawn. And of course, Matt already with 2 wins on the Extreme Bulls Tour, and if he wins tonight, Donnie, I mean, he's really going to put a lot of daylight between himself and the pack.
They talk about this bull right here being really hard to ride. It's a Vernon Guidry bull, and let's see how Matt handles it. He's not Superman, but he's riding awfully good. He's got everybody's attention. All the bull riders are watching him. Gonna go into his hand. That's a black mark for the bull. Round to the right, he's got a seat, got new holds with his feet, no problem. Another day at the office. This guy is getting it on. I mean, he is just getting it on. I wished he would jump off a little further away from the bulls, but I guess if that's the only bad critique you get, you're going to be making multiple trips to the pay window and to the bank.
Well, Sparky, as you mentioned, I mean, just kind of jumped out there, turned back into his hand, and that's just too easy for Matt Austin. No mistakes for him. We haven't seen Matt make very many mistakes this summer at all. 89 is the score for Matt Austin.
Rides that bull picture perfect, and there's a guy, he's just in a groove, and that's great to see, I think.
Of course, Matt Austin, sight set on his first World Championships. Clayton Fultine is hoping to make the Wrangler National Finals for the first time in his career. Almost made it a year ago. I mean, 16th in the world, just barely missed it.
Temptation Eye, Silverado, round to the right. This bull will change gears, shuffle around, reverse the spin. That a boy, Clayton Fultine. Good bull ride. Oh, really good ride. You know, here's a kid that hasn't been to the NFR, missed it by a couple of $100 or maybe 80 bucks or something like that. A miss as good as a mile, in my opinion. But Clayton Fultine wants to be a champion. All he wants to do is ride bulls and sign autographs. Here's a guy that is just eat up with it, and I think he's going to be around a long time. I hope he can stay healthy because he's getting mature, 86 and a half. He's going to be right in the thick of things.
He's a good bareback rider, too. I mean, there's an opportunity to
he's a cowboy.
He is. Blue Brian next to go. Tar Baby is the bull from David Bailey.
David Bailey's Tar Baby, and he's got him on the end of his arm, but he's hustling. He's trying to get going. Oh, and the bull jumps out of it. I don't know if he made it or not, but what an effort from an old guy. Okay, not real pretty, but here's a guy that, you know, he'd almost want to go home, but he rides bulls too good to go home. So, give him some money, boys.
You might remember him a couple of years ago in Waco. The Xtreme Bull stop there, got in as the alternate, was baling hay, working on fence all day, got the call, showed up, and won
95 points, wins the thing, another $25,000. That's why he can't go home. But he is limping. It's hurting him right now, 86 and a half.
Greg Fuller next to go. Come and get it as the bull, coming from Broken Arrow.
It's a good draw right here, and it's a really good young kid. He's just kind of skinny and frail. He's got to get a hold with his feet. Come and get it round to the right into his hand. He's getting jerked. He's getting whipped down. Feet come out. Okay, here's a guy that if his body goes ahead and catches up with his mind and his mental ability to ride bulls like junior rodeos and steers, he can get it done. Greg Fuller, but you see right here, he's just not quite physically strong enough to stay up on it and take that jerking. But mark my words, this kid right here will be around just as soon as he fills out a few more baked potatoes. I'll get him to eat with me. We'll be fine.
Well, he's in line to make it to his first Wrangler NFR, number 10 in the world standings at the moment. Now to Cody Hancock, world champion in 2000. You know, Cody had a great 2004. Some injuries late in the year kind of put a damper on it, but rode bulls as well last fall as I think I've ever seen him ride.
Well, he's had things go just wrong for him. Whoa, look out, yard dart. I mean, slam dunk. Ow, rock out, they say. Well, that bull set him up, got him on the end of his arm, and then just drilled him. Trying to get the bull's rearing and just fraps him down on the ground. Good-looking Brindle muley, but no score for Cody Hancock. You know, you can't make the bulls. Read your resume, and you got to get her done. He's a tough guy.
Same story, different town. Matt Austin in control. More from Oklahoma City in just a moment. Back at the Ford Center in Oklahoma City, Bull Nanza, OKC. Matt Austin has the lead in 89 here in the second round. Austin and BJ Schumacher, the only two Cowboys so far that have covered two bulls. Tate Stratton next to go. This is the bull from Broken Arrow. Get you some.
All right, Tate Stratton, he's gone with some new shafts. He got rid of the cowhide. He's around to the right. He's the college champ, right to the whistle. But a no score, Tate Stratton. That bull's really hard to ride because everything's uphill, and if you scoot off your rope just a little bit, he's gonna get you. Bull starts to the left, goes back to the right, got his hips out of position, and then flings him down. Tate Stratton, he's a guy that I've bragged on. You've heard me talk about him at Nashville, and this guy is going to be a really good bull rider. College champion. I don't know why he went to college if he's gonna be a bull rider, but anyway.
He's thinking of that after career for him. Kyle Joslin, the Bulls Cougar.
Whoa, look out. Whipped his feet. Oh, man, get out. You got to pull up. Oh, goodness gracious. He took about 4 chances to just get squashed. Kyle Joslin. Boy, oh, boy, how fortunate is he? All right. Ronnie Sparks.
Matt Baldwin. Frank Newsom, all those guys trying to step in there and help him out. And I mean, the key here is to stay on your feet, but sometimes that's hard to do.
Well, but he's not trying hard enough to get up on his feet. He's still trying to undo his dally, and that's just the wrong thing to do. And I'm glad he's got on some of that undergarment, because otherwise we'd have been blinded. He got stepped all over.
Would have been a little exposed. Justin Sports Medicine team going to work on him. Here's Mike Moore, past winner on Xtreme Bulls Tour, won a couple of times in the fall of '03. That got him to his 3rd Wrangler National Finals rodeo. You know, Mike's 17th in the world. He's healthy. I'm surprised he's not higher than that.
Well, and things like this has been happening to him. This bull, 2 years ago wouldn't have bucked him off. He would have gotten back up on his bull rope. But what happens is you start thinking about the results. You start thinking about, well, if I could just win here, that'll put me back up there. And what happens is you make a little bit of a minor mistake right there, and you're just toast. And it gets worse as the bulls get better.
Mike's in a situation where, boy, winning on the Extreme Bulls Tour would really vault him to Las Vegas in December. Grew up just outside of Chicago, but no score tonight from Mike Moore. There's a two-time world champion, Terry Don West, trying to get back in the groove of things. Took most of 2004 off after he won the world title in 2003. And, of course, when you're pushing 40, the injuries just start to add up.
Well, it gets harder to recover, but what really gets hard is getting up off the ground and not hitting it too hard. Here we go. Hop and skip around to the right into his hand. This bull is turning the crank, and he has got him going on. He's on the end of his arm and on the rumble seat. I don't think he made the whistle, but that was a good 7-second bull ride right there. So look at him grinning. He knows, he says, you know, I can ride just as good as I ever did, but I like just a little making the whistle. And I know if people start saying, well, you're too old to ride, and that begins to work on you mentally, but you just don't do it a whole lot better than that. That bull had him rung out there. He's trying to make the whistle, and somebody says, well, his pump's getting a little weak. That's not so. Terry Don West, a no score. But he's a factor every time he puts his name in the hat.
Yeah, 7.81 seconds, and he was trying every bit of that. Danny Ted McNown next to go. Del Rio was the bull from Robertson Wilson.
Well, we've seen Danny Ted, and Louisiana guy, and can ride, but boy, real inconsistent. Saw him ride one, didn't ride one. 2 seconds last show at Nashville, but right here at Oklahoma City, he is turning the crank, going into his hand, spurring him. All right, he watched Matt Austin, fired him up, I guess. But look out, Little Bull trying to horn in on his business. Frank Newsom got everybody under control. You talk about nerve. Frank Newsom. Let's just watch this again. This is a really good ride. Got his body position, shoving his hips, get a little outside foot action going on right there. Just really having fun. Ronnie Sparks on one side, Frank Newsom on the other. Nice job. Look at that score.
Great bull ride, and Danny Ted showing some speed to get out of the way. 90.5 points for McDowell.
That smile. You know, winning will cure anything.
Glenn Craig next to go, just outside the top 20 in the world standings. Comanche's the bull for him.
Battling back. He's just had a horrible time since the NFR from last year, but he's not quitting. He's hanging tough. Let's see if we can get it around the corner, drop it, overrides this one, and in the well. Gets hit right on top of the head. Drop down in the well. Clint Craig, no score. And
Comanche's a bull that we saw in Nashville, and he's pretty juicy.
all right, Clint's just been trying to work it out, get things going. Now watch what he does. He just jumps over here, turns it loose with that right foot, shoves his butt way down in the hole. A no score.
Be disappointing for the cowboy from Mena, Arkansas, and Zach Oaks next to go. First Wrangler National Finals rodeo a year ago. Past winner on the Extreme Bulls Tour, and rides ranked bulls. I mean, he's got everything that you're looking for.
And he's got a great bull drawn. Snorting Horton. Remember, we saw Dave Sansel score 90 on this bull. He went to the right with him. Now he's going to start at the left, back around to the right, and check it out. This is you heard me talk about how easy he rides bulls. I guarantee you he could have talked to us while he was riding that bull. Zach Oaks is really kind of a study. Don't think I figured him out just 100% yet, but here's a guy that's just trying to contain his excitement because he's getting in a groove. We saw him do this last year about Ellensburg. A couple of California bull rides. I mean, this guy, he just got to put them together and be a little closer going into the Wrangler NFR for a world title run.
7th in the world standings right now. Great ride for Zach. 88 is his score. Best ride in the semifinals, though, so far, this one. Danny McDowell on Del Rio, 90.5 points. More semifinal action, though, coming up. There's a guy that probably has the biggest trophy case in pro rodeo. Jim Shoulder is a legendary cowboy from Henrietta, Oklahoma.
16-time world champion of Babe Ruth of rodeo right there. He's a legend.
Tough as a boot, too, isn't he?
Kind of like a second father to me, and Yes, sir, if you can get some information from him, it's good.
Davey Dyke, next cowboy to go in the semifinals. Hanger 8's the bull that he's drawn from Frontier Rodeo.
All right, Jerry Nelson loves this little bull. Davey Dyke's going 2-2. Two little guys going at it. Davey Dyke round to the left. Not a problem right here. Check it out. Everybody likes this guy. Good score coming up. That bull is one of the hardest part about him is drawing him. But then don't let prosperity get you and make a good ride. Jump at a time. Looks to the right. Comes around to the left. Davey Dyke, we saw him score in the 90s on this bull at Nashville. Going to get close again right here. This looks really good.
Should be right around that 90 number for Davey Dyke. Just what he needs to get him into the final round. 90.5 is the score for Dyke.
All right, moves him a half point ahead of Danny Ted McDowell. And had the 89 by Matt Austin, and that's good. These guys keep plugging away.
You can see world champion Tough Hedeman right there checking on Dustin Hall, wearing the helmet. Little Locomotive is the bull he's drawn.
Frontier Rodeo, Jerry Nelson. This bull sired out of the great bull Locomotive Breath. A good draw. I've seen him score in the 90s on this one. Dustin Hall around the right into his hand. We saw him score 90 points before. He can do it again. He's going to push a little harder. He's in a bind. Oh, boy. He was going up. He was about to look like a hood ornament on one of them Dodge trucks. Just kind of sliding out there. That was a scary feeling, I bet. Look at David Bailey and Tough Hedeman, they're laughing at him going, man, how scary was that? Because you start going, he's sitting on his hand. He's going to tip up there. Oh, no, he's just trying to gut it out and does a nice job. Attaboy, Dustin Hall.
Bullfighters move in, get him out of a jam. 87 is the score for Hall.
All right, look at Ronnie Sparks going up and said, you still got it, kid, attaboy.
Cord McCoy had a great first round here, trying to follow that up with Clueless in round number 2. What a story Cord McCoy was at the Oklahoma City Rodeo a year ago that he was kicked in the head by a bronc, spent several weeks in a coma, just now starting to get back to rodeo.
This bull right here will make you well. This is the one we saw Matt Austin make a win on over at Nashville or Birmingham. One of those two. He's a good draw. Going to go to the right this time. Now usually back to the left. Attaboy, Cord McCoy. Okie, he's the fan favorite here in town. All right. Boy, the judges will get booed if they don't give him some money. Yeah, look at that red hair.
Yeah, Cord is in the zone here in Oklahoma City, trying to make it all pay off. One more look, and this was a spectacular bull ride.
Round to the right, looking really good. Jump back around the other way. Bull kicking the entire time. Nice job.
Frank Newsom stepping in there to make sure Cord's okay. And 93, that's going to win round number 2. And Cord McCoy right now in the driver's seat covering 2 bulls. He has the lead in the aggregate. Last guy to go is going to be Colby Yates.
Colby Yates is probably saying, well, wait a minute, not so fast. Ringo, Robertson, Wilson, Buck, and Bull. This is a good draw right here. Colby Yates, he's been riding a little better of late. Look out, almost whipped him down. Round to the left into his hand. Got him going on. Now he's back out of control and just hangs on. Well, I tell you what, making it tough on the judges right now.
So Colby Yates making the whistle. Here's another guy trying to get back to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Best year he's had in a couple of years, and it's because of bull rides like this.
All right, round to the left, but you see his feet are still bouncing. He's been having a big trouble getting a hold with his feet, and so he has to do things like what he did then. Just fall over backwards into the back door, and he made it work. Nice job, great effort by Colby Yates. Yeah.
Right there in that 90 neighborhood. 89.5 is the score for Colby.
Probably docked him a little because of the control or lack of. Good job, though. Good effort.
Great bull ride for him. He should be a factor in our final round. Time for our Wrangler Cowboy cut. We go right back to Cord McCoy. Clueless. This bull threw a lot at him, but Cord stayed right in the middle of it.
Oh, pretty ride. That's a second-generation bull rider, second-generation bull, sired by the great bull Booby Dance, Jerry Nelson's Frontier Rodeo Company, and doesn't get a lot better than that. 93 points.
Cord McCoy, the leader, 188 on 2. Matt Austin in second place at the moment. Schumacher, the only other guy to ride 2 bulls heading into this final round, and Cord's 8 seconds away from a win in Oklahoma City.
Oh, yeah, but they'll have something to say about it. You better have your riding britches on.
The bulls will get ranker as the championship round comes up next.
Welcome back to the Ford Center in Oklahoma City. Jeff Metters along with 8-time world champion Donnie Gay. Short go, 95 not out of the question here, but in terms of the title, probably boiled down to 3 guys, Cord McCoy, Matt Austin, and B.J. Schumacher. When you're hot, you're hot. Matt Austin has the bull that he'd love to have, Biloxi Blues.
Well, he comes in the number 2 position and got the one that he wanted picking out of all 12 of those bulls. But Cord McCoy, he's got home field advantage being an Okie. Crowd's behind him. He's been 95, 93, and he's got Little Lobo as a tough bull to ride, but he is pumped. But B.J. Schumacher got the bucking bull of the Wrangler National Finals. 2-time bucking bull, belongs to David Bailey at Super Cool. This bull is super ranked. This could be a great matchup.
Bullnanza rules on paper. We start with $100,000. It's a 2-day competition. You got to ride 3 bulls to get the big check. $20,000 going to the aggregate winner. And we are all set for our Coors Championship round. First cowboy out. Zach Oaks comes from the Pacific Northwest. Scaredy Cat's the bull.
Well, I've been wanting to see somebody riding really good draw this bull because no one has made the 8-second ride on Scaredy Cat. Harlan Robertson. This a really good bull. He went to the right the last time we saw him. Not as good a trip as previous times. This bull had been going out there a couple of jumps and then turning back to the left. Let's see what he does tonight. Zach Oaks, he can ride about anything, and he's riding real good. Let's see how these matchups, you never know. And if they ride the first one, they got a chance to ride them all. But man, this is a ranked set of bulls in this short go. Here we go, round to the right, right into his hand right there. Got him a little loose, but he's pumping. Look out, Zach Oaks. That bull right there is going to be a superstar. Scaredy Cat.
When Zach Oaks made the corner on him, Donnie, right here looked really good, but
slid him back off his bull rope just a little bit and had to start making a little bit bigger moves than he'd like to do. But I know one thing, knowing Zach Oaks, I'm beginning to think I know him pretty good. He'd love to have overs on that one right there because the next time he'll ride it.
But you're right, that bull's spectacular, lots of air. So Oaks, when it's all said and done, 88 total points on 3. Not going to get him the big check. J.C. Bean, here's another cowboy. He's got his hands full. Smokeless War Dance. Here's a bull that's in the running for Bull of the Year honors.
Well, he should be way out in the lead because this one here is not the only unridden bull, but he's the one that, to me, is the most honest. He's going to turn back to the left right in the gate and give you every opportunity to make the whistle. If you're man enough, you can ride me, is what War Dance usually says. And, I mean, he's been pretty spectacular. The judge has been marking him almost 24 points out of a possible 25.
Now, nobody's been man enough yet. 30 trips, he's still unridden, and J.C. Bean, he's got his hands full.
Fly, come all the way from the northwest to get on this bull and just jumps over there. That bull turns back hard, but not quite that fast. J.C. just dove over in there, not really knowing what to expect. Totally understandable. He just whips over in there. But you saw that bull stumble a little bit. That'll have a little something to do with why he beats him around. Watch what he does with his head. He just whips over there, but that bull kind of folds a knee underneath him. And that bull, did you see how athletic and how catty that bull was? That's what the breeding program does. It makes them, the conformation is so good.
I don't know how fun they are to ride, but they're a lot of fun to watch. So J.C. Bean, no score. Colby Yates, great ride in the second round. We'll see how well he matches up here with David Bailey's smoking gun.
All right, kind of an ugly little old bull with little old horns. I used to didn't like bulls. They look kind of like daggers. If you make a mistake, he's just going to wrap one upside your head. Bull falls down coming out of the gate. All right, he's going to get he'll get an option for a reride. I'm sure he'll take it. Bull just got his head up when he nodded. I don't know whose fault that was, but
falls down, Colby gets away, and Colby will get the re-ride.
Judge is putting the appropriate notations in his book. Byron Walker opening the gate, I'll blame that on him. World champion steer wrestler, he'll love that.
Ranked bull for Corey Davis, Blackberry Wine.
Good kid, but real young. But he's been a professional for 5 years, Jeff. He started riding professionally when he was 15 years old, which was, by the way, in my estimation, 2 or 3 years too early. And I think it's cost him in the long run. He's been hurt a little bit, but as he gets a little bigger and stronger, this kid right here has got an opportunity. Corey Davis, Blackberry Wine, comes around to the left, and he's another one, anticipation, wanting to be there, wanting to do it too good, overrides the bull. He just dives over in there. That bull just jumps out and kicks. round to the left. You saw his free hand cross in front of his face before that bull had ever turned. That was just being young and inexperienced again.
90 for him in the semifinals. That's going to be his total on 3 bulls, and 2.1 seconds. That's what he got credit for there on Blackberry Wine.
The next one is not young and he's not inexperienced, and he drew the sweet potato in the short go pin.
He's got Roscoe, and we've seen Matt Austin win an Extreme Bull stop on this bull, and he is definitely the one you circle. Out 44 times. They've ridden him 13 times. You can score really well, and Davy Dyke's got to be pretty happy with his seat.
He's going to be real happy with that, and Davy Dyke is not going to waste the shot. I mean, this guy is, he's impressed me. He's one of the few guys that have been to the national finals ever from Iowa. He taught himself how to ride, and this guy's pretty tough. Davy Dyke, bull's going to spin to the left, right in the gate.
Matt Austin had this bull in the Coors Championship round in Nashville, Tennessee, one of the 2 wins he has so far this year. Matt Austin still to come in this Coors Championship round as well. So here's Davy and Roscoe.
Here we go, round to the left, got things going his way. Just riding like Davy Dyke does. Just get a hold, stay up on the bull rope. Guys, he's one of the nice guys riding bulls. Okay, now I'm up there with those, you know, we got 3 guys that have ridden 2 bulls coming into the short go, but this will make Davy be right up there because he'll have 2 good scores, just like that 3rd one probably won't win the event, but he'll get a big check. What they mark him at coming in right now. This is a good bull ride.
Cord McCoy has the lead in the aggregate at the moment, 188 on 2. You can do the math on that. It was a 95 and a 93. 181.5 for Davy Dyke, and you're right, if nobody else covers here in these final few bull riders, he's going to be right in the mix of things.
Well, he'd be winning 2nd place. I think he would probably move ahead of BJ and Matt on 2 bulls, on 2 scores, but we're a long way from done.
Greg Fuller next to go, and he's drawn a Guidry bull.
Snuff's hot damn, and I tell you, this bull, we saw him take world champion Dustin Elliott to the pay window at San Antonio. This is a really good bull. You can see that Greg Fuller can ride. He's the little skinny kid I was talking about. This bull's going to fit him pretty good. He's his size, quick and around to the right, but he needs to pick his free hand up. What are you doing, Greg? He's coming back to the left. Yard dart, man. Smash a resistol. Boy, that had to hurt.
Matt Baldwin stepping in there and helping him out.
There's a guy under that hat. Looked like a little ain't under a saltine cracker there for a minute, but
so the mistake he makes right here, too low with that free hand.
Pick your free hand up and sit up straight. Shove your hips at him. No, now he's straining. He's thinking about all that money. You got to just ride the bull. Results take care of itself. That's a good draw. Greg Fuller wasted one because he drew one his size. I mean, he doesn't want to make the short go and get an unforgiven. Not yet.
90.5 from the semis, so a great ride there, but no score for him in the Coors Championship round, and Danny McDowell getting set to go. And here's the guy that was 2nd in the semifinals, busting that 90-point barrier, and Rockin' Robbins' bull.
This has been the MO for Danny Ted, just real inconsistent. Book says he won't even warm up Rockin' Robin, although this is a really good draw right here. Should just jump out, crank her back to the right, into his hand. Let's see what he does. Right there, into his hand. Danny Ted got his head up. I don't know what it is about some of this that Danny Ted McDowell rides bulls as well as anybody, but whenever you put the money up, it's like a guy coming out. If you can't be the designated hitter if you let pressure bother you, and that's what you are if you're a professional bull rider. You're the designated hitter because every time you tell them to open the gate, you got to be thinking that you're the man, and I think that's what it is right here. Danny Ted just doesn't have enough confidence.
So 90.5 the semis is the best that he can do here in Oklahoma City. And right now, so far in our Coors Championship round, 1 guy's made the whistle, and that was Davy Dyke at 91. There's Cord McCoy. Has the lead in the aggregate at the moment. BJ Schumacher also trying to go 3 for 3. More from OKC in a moment. Back in Oklahoma City, latest stop in our PRCA Xtreme Bulls Tour 2005. Right smack in the heart of the Coors Championship round, and that's Josh Verberg getting set. Texas Jacks the bull.
Good draw right here. Tuff Hedeman says this bull's ranked. First time I saw him, I can't remember who it was rode him, but it just rode him like a yard dog, like not being up, just spins to the right in the gate. But a really good draw. But anything in the short go, other than maybe Roscoe, you can't stump your toe and make the whistle.
Well, his record's pretty good, Donnie. You know, he's ridden that one time, but 17 other times coming up a little bit empty, bucking off about 94% of the Cowboys that he matches up with, and Verberg coming off a 92.5 in the first round, and that's why he is where he is in this round.
First time I saw Josh Verberg was right here at Oklahoma City at the Ford Center, getting things going, 92 on his first one. I thought, wow, how could I have missed him? But certainly did. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Well, Texas Jack's a bull. I mean, you want everything just right. And
well, he's had his rope pulled for a long time. The bull's laying on the backside, and he's doing a lot of squirming around. He said, let's go. Here we go, hop and skip, and no chance. That's what happens when you get extra ready. It usually doesn't take the bull quite as long to get rid of you. Watch what he's just hanging on. I mean, he's thinking that bull's going to spin to the right there. That bull just takes one little walk out of there, kicks, turns him upside down.
1.49 seconds.
It's hard to buck off a bull that fast.
Well, earlier to start the course championship round, we saw Colby Yates on Smoking Gun from David Bailey. The bull stumbles, goes down. Colby gets the option for a re-ride. Pandora's Box was a re-ride, but Colby also having the option of bringing the bull back.
I don't know what Smoking Gun does, but if I had the choice between Smoking Gun and I could beg David Bailey to bring him back, I want Smoking Gun. I don't want Pandora's Box.
Well, that's what David Bailey's done. He's reloaded him for him, so Colby gets another shot at him.
Well, Thomas Taylor's probably not too happy, but he's not the one having to stick his hand in a bull rope. I'm glad and pulling for Colby Yates right now. This bull's supposed to turn back to the left right in the gate, and he does. Oh, yeah. Come on, Colby. You know, he made the right choice, even though the result didn't turn out near what he had planned. There's a lot of distraction going on and all that sort of thing. Did you make the right call and all that? But this bull right here was going to give him a great opportunity to win some money, and he had a chance to ride him, just didn't get it done.
Well, disappointment there for Colby Yates. Down to our final four now in Oklahoma City. Jerry Shepard will be next to go. Excess Energy is the bull from Guidry. B.J. Schumacher won San Antonio on this bull. He's a little blender head-like. He turns back hard, got a lot of speed, and you know, it's either feast or famine on this bull.
You have to stay up on your rope, and you got to get in to the turn, but if you go too far, he'll well you, because this bull feels where you're at. He flattens, he'll fade, he'll do a lot of different things. He's not one that you'd pick to have in a short go-round, but if you get him, then your mindset would be, okay, I can still get all the money. I just can't make any kind of mistake.
Bull that fits like B.J. Schumacher, strong with his legs, strong in the upper body, or
can put his butt where it needs to be. He was in there, had to hold, had to wait, and that bull just rings him out. It was no problem for Excess Energy with Jerry Shepard. Watch the replay, and he has to get his butt into the spin, and then he realizes he's too far. Watch what he does. He's going to get it into the spin. Now he knows he had to get it out, slides back off his rope, and then down. Ronnie Sparks, Frank Newsom right there for the protection. Doesn't get a lot better than that either.
Bull stepped all around Jerry Shepard, comes out of it though without a scratch. 93, the best ride that he had here in Oklahoma City. And speaking of B.J. Schumacher, here he is. And he has Super Cool. We talked about this bull. This bull has a lot of charisma. He's a lot of fun to watch, and this could be some kind of a matchup.
This bull has got some age on him, and you know, I talked about it being a great matchup. It's because I think BJ can ride him, but it depends on the trip that this bull has. He can leap in the air and get a lot of air. I know you like those kind of bulls. And then he can just drop out from under you and look like one of those ceiling fans. Pretty flat and fast and just want to suck you down in a hole. But this could be good. Let's watch it. Super cool. It's going to be a super cool ride. Into his hand to the left. Come on, BJ, stay on your rope. Watch him sling the outside foot. He holds, he goes back to it. Show me some money, baby. He rode that bull like padding for a dance. Isn't he cool? Look at him. That bull knows he's a stud.
And it's kind of his trademark. He's going to posture a little bit after the ride, even though BJ makes the whistle on him. And BJ Schumacher and Super Cool lives up to being the matchup that we thought it would be.
Everybody in the business knows that he just rode a rank bull, and he's in the right spot. When you ride a rank bull, it's easy. But if he gets out of position, he's toast. That's a great ride by B.J. Schumacher right there. I mean, they can say, oh, that bull was really nice. Well, B.J. Schumacher made him look really nice.
So BJ Schumacher takes over the lead in the aggregate, 265 on 3, and that means that Matt Austin, Cord McCoy, those guys are going to have to make the whistle for a chance to win here in Oklahoma City. No sweat for Matt Austin. He's already won 2 times on the Extreme Bulls Tour. Birmingham, Nashville, big ride for him right here.
All right, well, he's got a good bull, Biloxi Blues. This one that he really likes. This one can take him to the pay window. BJ 92.5 on Super Cool. They tightened up on their points in the short go-round simply because of some ranked bulls like Biloxi Blues, Little Lobo. If they ride them, they got to have some place to go. So probably not a bad idea on the part of the judges. Butch Kirby, one of them, world champion. Matt Austin, you know, he should ride this bull. Let's see if he can get her done now when the money's up. He's done it twice. Look at his demeanor right here. That's just determination. Got total control of his emotions, and golly, this is so easy. Bull kind of giving it up a little bit, tried to set him up. That get off, what? That's a wake-up call, like wait till the whistle blows and then get off and then strut your stuff. Jerked him down and hit him right in the chest, about blowed him out of his vest.
A little hop skip and Matt Austin comes down, but it's not until after he's made that 8-second whistle. Bull goes away from his hand. It doesn't really matter to him anymore, does it? Into the hand, away from the hand. He's just there. That
bull hops and skips. He wanted to reverse it and then change and then kind of gets him turned upside down. Matt Baldwin, Frank Newsom, everybody doing good. Watch this bull. This is easier. And this bull says, man, this guy's got me. He says, I want to reverse the spin. Well, maybe not. Let me see if I can't jerk him down. And yeah. Just get a little love tap right there from Biloxi Blues.
Matt comes right over the hood, but he takes the lead in the aggregate now. 270 on 3, 91.
That was a little high. You know, that bull gave it up there for a little bit, you know, 87, 88. Okay, judges, I just got to kind of put it on you a little bit. Don't get high. The crowd may have got him a little bit on that one.
Stage is set now for Cord McCoy.
Here's a guy that ought to win it right now.
95 in round 1, 93 in round 2, and he's matched up with Little Lobo. You can see this bull, his record is perfect in terms of bucking everybody off.
But he's a young bull. Cord McCoy, he's got it going on right now. He is riding so good, 95, 93, and just come on, just good, another 95. I like 95s. Here we go. Cord McCoy, talked about him being a 3-event rough stock cowboy. Hop, skip, hipped himself coming out of the gate. If he lives over it, I think he's going to get a re-ride.
Yeah, that bull colliding with the chute at a pretty high rate there as they come out.
You see Tough talking to him. Okay, buddy, you know, get your rope. You're still on. Watch the bull's butt right here. Kaboom! Hits into the chute gate. See what that does to Cord? It whipped him over. Causes his feet to come out of him. When a bull fouls himself, he doesn't have to hit you, but if it causes you to buck off, it's a re-ride. I think that's a good rule.
Well, no doubt Cord's going to take that, so we'll regroup. Cord will get his bull rope, find out which bull he's going to draw. Looks like it's going to be Western Holler.
Bad news is Western Holler dip.
Now, the good news, though, for Matt Austin, similar position for him. Has the lead in the overall aggregate standings right now in Oklahoma City. Will it hold up? This ESPN presentation of the Extreme Bulls Tour is brought to you by Coors, real Rocky Mountain beer, no scars, no stories. By Wrangler, for the cowboy in you. By Aquavelva, keeps your face toned and fit. There's something about an Aquavelva man. And by B&W Turnover Ball Gooseneck Hitch, a hitch when you need it, a level bed when you don't. More drama in Oklahoma City as Cord McCoy gets a re-ride. He's going to be matched up with Western Holler. Glad you're with us. Moments away from finalizing our stop in Oklahoma City, and there's Matt Austin, the leader right now, 270 on 3, trying to win for the 3rd time on our Extreme Bulls Tour in 2005, and it's a big reason why he's starting to run away, Donnie, for the race for that World Championship.
Well, when you keep making the whistle, you keep the pressure on, and some of the guys are kind of falling by the wayside, and I think they're just watching the results. But I'm going to tell you, Cord McCoy, didn't do himself any favors getting a reride here, because Western Hauler is really hard to ride. It's going to spin, usually goes to the left, but he'll go either way. But he's a bull that has hurt Jesse Bale. He bucks nearly everybody off, and I just hate to have him in the short round where I had to make the whistle. But Cord McCoy will put out 100%.
Yeah, first stop at the Lazy E Bonanza. Jesse Bale right there, right at the beginning of the season, gets stepped on by this bull, compound fracture in the leg. I mean, he's a load.
Well, you watch him buck guys off, and he doesn't send you out very far away. And that, you know, some of that stuff goes through your mind when you're getting up there and trying to figure out, okay, what's my game plan? I think he's got to really think about getting a hold with his feet, and that's not a real long suit of Cord McCoy's. Now, Matt Austin, he can really do that, and some people can, some people can't. Cord McCoy rides with a lot of balance, kind of like that cowboy deal, but he is having trouble with this bull. He's laying down in the chute, and he can't go with him all the way down. If he was just down in the front, that would be one thing. But you're not going to intimidate him in the chute. He's a cowboy.
Now Cord's still kind of waiting on him. We touched on Cord, the fact that kicked in the head by a saddle bronc. He's a 2-event cowboy in a coma for a while last year. Managed to overcome that. He wears the helmet now, and he's ready on Western Hauler.
Okay, had his hand in that rope a long time. Look at you, just whip him, get out from underneath him. That bull's scary to me. I mean, just everybody winds up. See Greg Semino, Cody Whitney get him up out of harm's way. There's your champ, Matt Austin. You know, he's sitting there. Clayton Foltine watching, Clayton soaking up all that winter energy. That's all good. Cord McCoy doesn't get it done, but great effort, and he made two great rides in this event.
And Matt Austin, a winner in Birmingham, a winner in Nashville, and there's his Bonanza buckle for Oklahoma City. Time now for our Termidor Ultimate Defense. And a back up to Kyle Joslin in a tight spot, but in comes Ronnie Sparks, Frank Newsom, and Matt Baldwin to save the day.
Everybody right there. Joslin trying to undo that wrap himself. Frank Newsom pulling him around. All three of those guys doing a great job.
World standings, and if you're Dustin Elliott, B.J. Schumacher, it's starting to get a little depressing.
Well, it is. You're looking through road dust, and that's Matt Austin putting distance between the boys.
Wow, what a year he's had. He's with Jennifer.
Well, we're talking to a record breaker here. Matt Austin is the first guy to win 3 of these Bonanza events. And you did 2 of them on Biloxi Blues?
Yeah, that's a really good bull, and I knew he's a good bull. He's gonna just be right there and turn back to the left and lots of gas, but he kind of tried to change it up on me, kind of hesitated, and then the whistle blew at a good time because he jerked me right straight over his head, but I'm safe, and I can go and get on another one, so praise the good Lord.
Well, I was worried about you when he hesitated and then threw you forward so hard.
Yeah, he knocked crap out of me pretty good, but I'm just tickled to death. You know, it's just been a great year, and hopefully I can continue.
Well, it doesn't look like it is possible to buck you off this year. How do you feel?
I just feel great. I've been drawing good all year, and the good Lord, He's just blessing me and keeping me safe. So, you know, I just give Him all the praise and glory.
Well, that's over $175,000.
I try not to think about the money. I'm still acting like I'm in second place and got some catching up to do.
Well, good luck. It's going to be a nice year, I think, for you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Coors Original Xtreme ride back in the Coors Championship round. What a matchup. B.J. Schumacher and Super Cool, and that's exactly what it was. It was super cool.
Absolutely, and very seldom do heavyweights actually get hooked up in a big fight. And this one was everything that you hoped it would be. A great ride, not the highest score, but who cares? That was the best in the final round.
Now, what a cool bull. Well, Oklahoma City, a lot like Birmingham and Nashville, it belonged to Matt Austin as he continues to run away in the race for the 2005 PRCA World Championship. Donnie Gay and Jennifer Smith, I'm Jeff Metters. Thanks for watching. So long from Oklahoma City. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.